Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV, courtesy with Lauren. Hey Lauren.
Hey everybody.
Hey Lauren, you have an interesting chart here with countries.
Yes, and this is not a chart of investment returns or anything like investment returns. However, I think that this chart displays an important lesson that affects almost every area of life and that certainly affects investing. What I have here is 4 countries: Austria, Germany, Sweden, and Denmark. Fairly similar countries. At least, you know, more similar than a random list of countries that I could put up there.
Okay.
And what I have here is the rates at the time a study was done. I think the countries have changed their policies since. But at the time the study was done, this was the rate of organ donorship in each of these countries. So what percentage of the population was an organ donor? And as you can see, in Austria it's nearly 100%, in Germany 12%, Sweden 86%, and Denmark 4%. So what explains the difference between these countries and the rates of organ donorship?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? The difference is explained entirely by this fact. At the time this study was done, in Austria and Sweden, if you wanted to not be an organ donor, you had to check a box that said no.
So you had to elect
out. You had to elect out.
Okay.
You were assumed to be an organ donor unless you said no.
Okay.
In Germany and Denmark, you had to check a box that said yes.
Elect in.
You had to elect in.
Okay.
You were assumed to be an organ donor, or you were assumed to not be an organ donor unless you checked a box yes. That was it. There's nothing about these countries that's so culturally different that it could explain a difference of the magnitude you see here in terms of the percentage of people choosing to be organ donors.
Okay.
If you have ever doubted the power of the default, or what's considered to be the normal option, or how different people's responses will be simply based on whether they're asked to opt in or opt out.
Okay.
Here is an incredibly powerful, simple example of how defaults work. And in every area of our life, if we want to do the right thing, we have to figure out how to make the right thing the default behavior. It's more important for something to be the default, the average, the habitual behavior than it is for it to be the right behavior.
Right. So I could see a lot of applications to investing and also taxes even.
Yeah, exactly. If any time you want to do the right thing, for instance in investing, something that seems as mathematically simple as rebalancing, it has to be turned into the default behavior. If it's not something that's just defaulted and practically mechanical, and you have to make the decision every time, the decision, should I rebalance or not, will be like, well, if I just let things go, that's the normal behavior.
Right.
If I rebalance, that's the not normal behavior. In other words, you're going to turn into one of these countries where most of the time you don't rebalance.
Makes sense. Okay, very good. Well, that's an excellent point. And so I guess from an actual implementation for practicality, for how could we default for rebalancing? Either make it part of our investment policy statement.
Yeah, for a do-it-yourself in a lot of 401k plans, you know, they just do it without asking. If you have a financial advisor, they should just do it for you. If you're doing it on your own, the only system that I've really seen that works is you make an agreement with yourself and you sign it that every year at such and such a time you're going to rebalance exactly as this.
Or set it up as a computer default, like if you have like a trading platform that allows it. So, okay, very good. Well, thank you very much, Lauren. That was very interesting, and we'll see you next time on Erickson TV. Bye now.
See you next time.